is nothing. You hear me? You can do anything you put your mind to.
I'm your girl, Talk to Tongie. We're gonna do life together. Good evening, good evening, good evening. How are you doing? Can you tell that I'm really excited? Oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm excited because you showed up for you and this show. So welcome to another evening of Talk to Tongie, where we literally faith it till we make it. Seriously, I am so incredibly excited because tonight's theme is one that I kind of toyed with a little bit and wanted to make certain that I was hitting all of the check marks, right? So I themed it Breaking Barriers, Building Bridges. How about that? Yeah. So with that being said, I need you to know that the premise of this show, Talk to Tongie, is where we have purpose, meets power, and stories spark change. Here we uplift, inspire, and highlight people that are transforming communities, transforming their lives, walking in their purpose. That's what they do here. And, you know me as Dr. Tongie, outside of the studios or what have you, but on this platform, I need you to know me as Tongie. Yeah, man, because I am listening and I am learning and I am so incredibly excited for the journey that you have said yes to. So here we don't just talk about voices, we elevate the voices. We highlight heroes and discover the stories that are behind their impact, their why. See, this is about you, seriously, uplifting your voice in the marketplace and highlighting your purpose-driven why. And that's very important. So I need you to stay tuned because we've got a guest that is still blowing my mind. She's one who literally said, you know what? I'm going to answer the call. And she rolled up her sleeves and she is doing it. Yes, she is. And I want to get into it. I really, really do. But I'm going to take a really quick break right now. And then we're going to come back with this amazing soul. And you're going to hear from her why, her how-to, and what she's doing to transform lives. Stay tuned. And we are back. I am so excited. I swear to you, I'm trying not to sweat. I really am. I may cry, but it's okay. We'll get through it. See, tonight we're discussing what it means to break barriers and build bridges. And we're joined by a guest, I told you, right, who has done just that. She's done it in law and now she's doing it, in law. You'll catch that. I swear you will. So without further ado, let's talk to this amazing soul. She's the first female police officer in St. Lucia to become an attorney, not just here in our country, but also in England. I know, right? She is a true pioneer. Let's welcome the Honorable Aniel. Yep, I said that right. Innocent. Thank you so very much for being a part of Talk to Tongie, man. How are you?
Thank you. I'm fine. Your personality this week. We all bubbly. Thank you so much for having me.
Baby.
And good evening to everybody who is tuned in. My name is Aniel Innocent, and I am a police officer and the first female police officer that is to have become an attorney at law in both St. Lucia and England and Wales. Yes, we women advocate barriers within the RSLPF. We've had many firsts, but this first is the latest of the many firsts, and I'm proud to say that I'm one of those persons who have broken up glass ceiling within the Royal St. Lucia Police Force.
Oh my God, today. Oh my God, today, baby. So let's jump into this journey. What drew you to law enforcement in the first place?
Listen, if you know me, you know where I'm from, you know that I wanted to become a police officer. Everybody who knew me knew that I would become a police officer because I said it the moment I understood what my career path would be. It would have been to become a police officer. And I did not just want to become a police officer. I wanted to become an extraordinary police officer, which is why I ventured into the field of law enforcement with the knowledge that I would have attained as a lawyer. It would contribute to my whole development as well as the development of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force. So that was my drive, that was my passion, to become a police officer and to become one of the very best police officers.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes. Oh my God, these cheer bumps, man. You are inspiring me this evening. Because when I think about police officers, I swear to you, I literally go up to police officers and I say, thank you. First, thank you so very much for your courage. Thank you for putting on the badge, and thank you for saying yes. Because you have to think about it. I don't call a girlfriend when someone's after me or has done something. My first is the law.
Yes.
So I appreciate you. I really do. Thank you so very much. So was there a moment when you knew that law school was going to be next?
Yes. Yes. Everybody set goals for themselves.
Yeah.
And my goal was to become a lawyer by the age of 30.
Oh, come on.
Unfortunately, that did not happen by the age of 30 because, you know, life happens.
Yes, it does.
As much as you want to put timeline on your dreams, it don't necessarily happen the way that you want it to. So it took me a few more years, but I did become a police officer. A lawyer.
Yeah.
But yes, I did have the dream of attaining that status of becoming an attorney. And here I am.
And here you are, man.
Yes, here I am.
I mean, you think about it, right? You are telling folk, you're pronouncing and declaring, I am going to be.
Yes.
And you be,
yes,
right?
I am now.
Wow.
Yes, I knew it.
You knew it.
I knew it. The challenges came.
For sure.
Yes, the challenges came, but I knew I was going to become a lawyer, and persons in my immediate circle also knew that I was going to become a lawyer because I always spoke about what my dreams were with those persons that are really close to me, those persons that are supportive of me. They always knew what my dreams were, and they pushed me as well.
Really?
I must say, they pushed me. Yes, when I started the law journey, as the financial situation as a single mother, a working police officer. I had just built my home, and I was like, okay, I need the equity so I could approach the bank for financial assistance to become a lawyer. And here I was procrastinating because I'm like, okay, how am I going to do this? How am I going to pay this loan? And my sergeant at the time, her name is Diana Fanis, and my inspector at the time, she was Dr. Mushamasini, and they said, you need to go to the bank, you need to put in this application, and you need to also put in the application for school. The money will come. It will come. You just need to get an acceptance, and the money will come. So here I am. I went there, procrastinating.
Yeah. That's what we do.
Because the money is really the challenge.
I know.
So I put in this application for school. I get accepted. Wow. And I went to the bank. It was a police credit union. And when I think of the police credit union, I must add that to this story. They have been my everything, my go-to. Everything I have achieved, it is because of the Royal St. Lucia Police and Allied Services Credit Union. I went there. My past commissioner, Mr. Vernon Fossa, was on the board of directors. They looked at my application and they really worked with me.
Wow.
And they did send me to law school.
Wow.
I attained my bachelor's degree.
Yeah.
Then again, the back came and the same challenges, financial. And here I'm back at the mercy of the Royal St. Lucia Police and Allied Services Credit Union.
Yeah.
I used to go to bar school. I said, okay, we sent you to law school. We are going to send you to bar school. And here they were trying to assist me with my salary as a sergeant of police. And, my equity on my mortgage. Thankfully, I had my mortgage from early. I built a house from early, so there's some equity on that. I said, we are going to send you to bar school. All we need you to do is focus and come back with the qualification.
Oh my God.
And within a year, 2 months, I was back in St. Lucia with the qualification. So whilst I am a proud product of the Royal St. Lucia, I'm also a proud ambassador for the Royal St. Lucia Allied Police and Allied Services Credit Union. These two entities really assisted me in getting to where I'm at today. So without the police force, I would have had a job. Without the credit union, I would have had the finances to be where I'm at today. I was not born with a golden spoon.
Come on now. Come on now.
I was not. Actually, I think I was not born with a spoon at all. I probably was using my fingers. Because I was raised in a rural community by my grandparents. As well as my mom was part of my life, but my grandparents took us, because you know how grandparents are, they love their grandkids.
Yep, I'm one.
So,
yep.
So my grandparents raised me whilst my mother was financially supporting myself and my siblings. Yes. So, you grew up on all of the customs of grandparents, where you had the cow milk because they figured it was most nutritious. You have the breadfruit and the lashing. So whilst everybody probably was eating bread and cheese, here we're having the cow milk and the lashing. And come on, it was a delicacy. It really was a delicacy. I was never hungry.
You were never hungry.
I was never ever hungry. I always had. It may not have been what I presumed to have been, the best of this world, because everybody else is having fried chicken and fries and bread and cheese.
For sure.
I'm having cow milk.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
Look at me.
Look at you, right?
Look at me. I did not lie. And when you think about it, if I were to do it all over again, Tongie, I would. I would not change a single thing about my upbringing, not a single thing. And I say it every day, the admiration I have for where I came from, it will remain with me forever. I will use this as a reminder that, the small girls from the rural communities, those communities that persons don't even know about, they have dreams. They have big dreams, and those dreams are attainable.
Amen.
Take me, for example. Look at me now. When you look at me, yes, oh my God, she's from a small community called Londonderry Saltibus. I don't even think people know where that is.
I've been there. My very first show, I was there.
Yes, I'm from Londonderry Saltibus. And my mom is not like your mom or anybody else's mom. My mom she's challenged. She's in terms of her ability to speak, she's challenged. And she was not given opportunities. She had to work the bare minimum jobs, work at the factories doing seamstressing. Right now, you know what she does for us? Castor oil. She actually is producing castor oil and selling. Yes.
Oh my God.
I'm not embarrassed of that.
No.
This
That's
is a
beautiful.
trade that not many persons know. And my mother is actually doing that. She's selling. And she has a clientele because they seem to think that her castor oil is one of the best castor oils.
I love her already. I do.
So this is where I came from. Yes, this is where I came from. And listen, I am so very proud of my mom. Just because she's challenged, this is what God gave me. This is what I'm working with. And I'm making her so proud. And that in itself is making me so, it feels so warm in my heart to even speak about her.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, I believe I'm in love with your mama, man. Now, you said something that really resonates with me, and I know a lot of our viewers. My circle. Tell me the importance of you having that circle. You said they pushed you. You said they made sure you did the application. They pushed you to your destination. Why was it so, or why is it so important that you have a circle like that?
Let me tell you, my circle, I love them. And I call Diana Fanny, Ronald Phillip, Michelle George, son. My son, I have a son who's 21, and he's doing just as amazing as I am. He's already attained a bachelor's degree in theology.
Wow.
I have my son's family. I must give them credit as well, because I had this community within my son's family. As a single parent, I did not raise Osmani alone, despite the fact that we live together.
For sure.
But his family on his dad's side took tremendous care of him. He just lost his aunt, and he's really taking this difficult, very difficult Dr. Gemma Cherry. Yes, I was okay. Aunt. And I'm telling you, to have a circle that supports you, it is very important. You choose your friends very wisely. You look at the circle and see whether they support you, whether they encourage you, whether, if you fall down, they're there to pick you up. If you fall short, they will stretch out their hand, and the world does not need to know that. I call out their names, and they don't, as far as they're concerned, I don't even have to tell the world, because they didn't do it because they wanted accolades. They did it because they genuinely cared about me. And to this day, these are the people that I gravitate to. These are the people that I cry to. These are the people that respond to my call when I shoot up a flare. They are the first ones that come running. And I'm telling you, I really love them, and I know that they love me. And my circle is extremely small. It is small. I'm well known. I have a lot of friends. People know me. But who I call my friend, these are my friends. If I were to call you my friend, you are my friend. Because I categorize people. Your colleagues, you're my cousin, you're my acquaintance, and you're my friend. You're family. Yes.
And family is important.
Yeah, and family is important. Trust me, family, I love my family. I love my family just as much as I love my friend. I love my mom. My grandparents are deceased, and they're not. Unfortunately, my grandfather knew I was going to do great things, because basically I was the first one within my family to have made it out of poverty. After I broke the generational.
You better come on here.
Within my family. Yes. And my grandfather always knew that I would have been greatness. He had every bit of faith in me. And he died, and he told me, because I could not have accepted the fact that my grandfather was dying. I would have lived forever, because this is the only man, because my dad was not part of my life. My dad did not think that I was worthy enough to be called his child, because I suppose he was married. And
for sure.
Yes.
I'm a product of that too.
Yes. Yep. So my mom basically did everything with the support of my grandparents. So my father was the only person, my grandfather was the only person who I acknowledged as a father figure in my life. And I would have lived forever to see his Anya. This is my nickname, my household name. I would have lived to see his Anya become the lawyer. He always knew that I was going to become a lawyer. He always knew. He said from my mannerisms as a child, the way I expressed myself, he always knew that. And when he died, he said to me, don't cry. You've already made me proud. You've already done almost everything that I wanted you to do. So just be happy. Just let me go. Just let me go. Because I wanted him to stay with me.
For sure.
I wanted him to stay with me. Yes.
Wow.
So, yes. When I think of it, listen, I love these people. Man, I love the support. I love the fact that, they didn't have the world to give me, but they gave me the support. Amen. My mom didn't know, what it's like to on the pitch. My mom didn't have a passport. Don't see I made a passport for. And let me tell you, my mom, who person's fault, would have never amounted to anything, because she did not have the educational background. She didn't even attain a primary school education because of her disability. And guess when I got called to the bar in England, you know what I did?
What you did?
I surprised my mom. I got her passport. She didn't know.
Oh, come on.
When she went for the interview, I'm sorry, I had to lie to the interviewing officer and say, she's going to Trinidad. I'm not going to tell her. I'm going to really surprise. And that day, we took the boat, because I wanted it to be really meaningful. We took the boat and went to Martinique. So here we are in Martinique, and she's thinking that we're just going to Martinique. But guess what? We're taking an international flight, because we're going to France. From France, to spend a couple of days in France. Guess what? We went to England, and she saw her daughter walk down to be called to the bar. And this lady was crying.
Oh my God.
She was crying to the point where she almost passed out. Because she was just so proud. She had never experienced this before. And here she is experiencing her daughter being called to the bar. You know how proud she was of me. How proud she was of me. And she wanted photos. She wanted photos so all of her friends could see that her daughter, and she wanted it on her phone. And she put statuses for her. After she enjoyed her time in England, you took her to all of the major sites. I took her to Italy. Yes, so she actually saw the Vatican.
Oh my gosh.
And she was just so astonished. Those are places that she only saw on television.
Yeah, for sure.
She was living the life. And from Italy, she went to Barcelona.
You better shut your mouth and hold yourself.
We went back to Paris. We studied. She actually went to a place where you had the Olympics, because I was in the time of Olympics.
Yeah.
And she had those, and she kept thanking me. And every 2 minutes you look at her, she's teary-eyed. And you're asking her, Mom, why are you crying? She's just so proud. Her heart is filled with joy because her daughter, my other sister, was there with me as well.
Yeah.
Because we have taken her to places that she could only imagine. And for me, it was just about the experience. I wanted my mom to step out from the crowd.
Come on.
Yes, I wanted to take a step out.
For
so
sure.
persons could see her.
Yeah.
Persons could see that, I had nothing.
Come
I
on.
struggled. The books,
Yeah.
I barely could have
Come on.
afforded the
Come on.
books.
Yes,
but I
ma'am.
did what I can.
Yep.
And look at my daughter. And I'm not the only one who is doing
Yeah,
well.
for sure.
I know, I'm not the only one doing well.
Yeah.
I have my sister who's also a police officer.
Oh, my
I have my
God.
brother who has a taxi business. I have my
come
other sister.
on.
No, so I'm not the only one
Yeah.
doing well. But her children are making her proud.
Yeah, man.
I left her home and I told her I'm going to do the interview. And
Yeah.
she was like, what channel? Because she's so excited. She really wants to sit on television.
Oh, my God.
Yes, she really wants to sit on television. And I'm saying all this to say to people, wherever you come from,
Come on.
it has nothing to do with where you are going.
There we go.
What you're born with, that's what mean that, in the end, you are going to be what people want you to be.
Yeah.
Your heart, your desire, it is yours. You do as you please. You make sure you put in the work.
That's it.
Make the sacrifices.
Yes.
You dream big, and you attain the dreams. And don't put a timeline on your dreams, because
Come
I
on
did
now.
that.
Yeah,
I wanted to achieve everything by the age of 30.
Yeah, I did too.
I wanted to achieve everything by the age of 30.
Yeah.
But 30 came and oh my goodness, I think the only thing I had attained then was an associate's degree in mass media and
Which is good,
communication.
though. It is.
And I had my house. So by then I already had that covered.
For sure.
Yes. But then when 2019 came, 2017 came, I went to do my law degree. And then COVID came, and then oh my goodness, COVID has just put a spoke in my will, because attaining a law degree, to do the bar, you have to do it within 5 years of attaining a law degree. And on year 4, oh my goodness, COVID needs to get out, because because if not, I have to do the entire law degree over. As soon as England was taking an intake again, I just made sure I put in this application, and I was out of the time to get these things done. It was almost impossible.
For sure.
It was almost impossible, because it was such a short space of time from acceptance to getting that loan. The processes are long, and then to get to England, because you have to apply for a visa, you have to apply for clearances, and you get. But in the end, I left on January 14th to be in school by January 16th.
Oh, come on. 2 days.
I knew what the biggest challenge was. I knew absolutely nothing about England. I knew nobody in England.
Oh my
I did not know my way. I did not know. All I knew is that I was going to an apartment in England.
Yeah.
So from the airport, I had a friend of a friend pick me up, drop me off at the apartment.
Yeah.
And next day at school, I can't find. I don't know where school is. I got lost a few times on the train. I got lost a few times on the train, but within 4 or 5 days, I got it.
Come on.
I got it, and the weather was not welcoming.
Yeah, I heard.
In the heart of winter.
Oh my God.
Coming from a tropical island transitioning into winter.
Yeah.
It is not for the weak of heart.
It is not. It is not.
It is not.
Your life just unfolded, and it reminds me, who was that where God said, I'm going to take you out of your country and you'll go, but he had no right, he knew not where he was going. Was it Abram who became Abraham? Wow, you had your Abraham moment.
Yeah, Abraham moment.
Wow.
Yes.
Your challenges, your transitioning into a student, that's major.
Yes, especially with my age, because at that time I was in my late 30s. Okay, cool. And you have students who are 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and you're the eldest in class, and then you have to now people see you as the mature one. Persons are gravitating towards you, and they're expecting you to assist, because they figure you know it all.
For sure.
And you struggling yourself, because this is doing the bar. It is quite difficult. It is quite difficult, and you have to pass every single exam to make it through, because if not, you fail one exam, go back to where you left off. Yeah, so it was quite challenging. And here you are helping, try to stay afloat, and persons are asking you for assistance, and you try not to be selfish because,
For sure.
and the workload is heavy. It is heavy.
Absolutely.
You have no break in between. Probably the most time you have is a week in between semesters, and then, the holidays are coming. You have Christmas, you have Easter, you have New Year's, and you're missing family, and you're sick, and all of that. So imagine compounding. And if I may say as well, I have an underlying medical condition. I have lupus. So I am navigating all of these things whilst trying to remain healthy.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm trying to remain healthy. So it was a challenge for me. It's not a journey that, I just went up there and I just went through this. I had hospital stays. I had, I'm going to exams and I'm crying because my first major exam, I was self-discharged to go write this exam. I literally
did not want to skim over that.
There is this other solution girl with me, Khadija Charles, who was at law school with me, and then Khadija, I'm coming out of Lucian, and I had to come write this exam because what?
Oh my God.
It needs to be done. I felt like I was not prepared for the exam. My body was just
your body
because of the stress.
The stress.
She said, absolutely. I said, yes. I said, what can I do? I said, well, bring me some malt because she lives in, there was this Caribbean shop next to her.
Okay.
I said, just bring me a vitamin malt or malt.
Wow.
And then come to class. Drank this malt. And then I wrote this exam. And I came out of the exam. And I just went home and I cried. I said, Lord, you know what?
Yeah.
My heart desire.
For sure.
I know I put in every effort.
Okay.
And I need to succeed this exam.
That moment right there, because that is so poignant, because I know that there's somebody that's listening that may be experiencing it right now. Would you hold that thought just for a second? I don't want to rush that one. Didn't I tell you you're in for a treat? Would you stay tuned? We've got more of this amazing story, this amazing woman who has broken barriers and teaching us a thing or two. We'll be right back. We are back. Thank you so very much. And I need to slow it down so that you can feel what I'm saying. I am so grateful, eternally grateful that you would allow me to come into your home, wherever you are watching this program. I do not take it lightly or for granted, and I never want you to feel like I do. I am absolutely nothing without your support, so know that, okay? Thank you. Now we're back with this amazing soul that has just given us a masterclass on how to get up no matter what it is, no matter if you're a single mom, no matter if you're raised by your grandparents, and she didn't let anything stop her. And it is such an honor to have her with us this evening. I've got to ask you this. When you pass the bar, what did that feel like?
I was over the moon. Because, waiting for results, I think it is more nerve-wracking than even writing the exams itself.
Yeah.
So when you get those final results from the bar association to say, hey, you've passed, that feeling of exhilaration. I screamed, I shouted, I cried with my coworkers. I called my friend, my circle, I cried, and I'm calling, I passed the bar, and it was so surreal. It took me actually 3 days to even come to terms.
For sure.
Because this is one of the most difficult. When you look at the pass rate of persons who've passed the bar,
for sure,
it's extremely low. Mm-hmm. It is extremely low. And for me to have been one of the very few persons who have passed the bar, because I remember in my class, we started with probably about 32 students.
Okay.
By the time the year ended, We had 16 left.
Oh, come
And out of the 16, it was only 4 of us who successfully completed the bar.
Oh, my goodness.
I was the only female amongst the 4 who successfully completed the bar. Yes. So that in itself was an achievement. It really was an achievement.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The sense of responsibility, it's weighty. It's got to be weighty for you. How do you, or what is it like knowing that you're representing others?
Oh my God. For me, it is not that difficult because of who I am. I think I'm very humble. I don't put up the facade. I don't pretend. So what you see is what you get. And
Yes,
what you
ma'am.
get is an honest, ethical young woman. So there is no, you know what, I have to think of what I'm going to say to you next because I may forget. What I say to you, you take it as gospel because this is Aniel. This is Aniel speaking to you. This is Aniel who came from nothing. This is Aniel who wants you to understand that you could become an Aniel too. Okay, so when I present myself to you, Tongie, I present myself as a genuine person, and that I am. So there is nothing about, you know what, tomorrow I'm going to speak to students to have to be my best self.
Gotcha.
I will come to speak to you as Aniel. There's nothing about me trying to doll up or polish my words or anything of that sort.
Ma'am.
No, when I come to you, I come to you with the raw truth. I come to you as I am. There's nothing about, you know, being all fancy or being embarrassed of this. Or
For sure.
No, I come to you. I could be in a mess. I don't have to go put the fanciest hairstyle to come speak to you. Because for me, it is not about how I look. It is what I have to deliver to you. Because I want to be impactful. Being impactful doesn't mean that I have to wear all of those glittery, the makeup and all of that. It is what comes from within.
Amen.
And when I impart knowledge on you, I want to come from the heart and I want it to be genuine. So when I present myself, my responsibility is with who I am and what I present. Yes, that is what it is.
Talk about what? Oh my God. Your biggest supporters on this journey, you labeled them as your circle. Your circle. But what would you say to someone right now if they're saying, I hear what you're saying, but I don't have a circle. What do I do to at least get out of my own way?
Listen, your friends don't have to be persons that you grew up with. It could be persons that you meet along the way. There is at least one person who has faith in you. There is at least one person that you trust. Find it in your heart. Look for that one person. Just look for this one person. You know, or think of a situation where you know you really had it. You really had it bad. You really had it bad. And you felt like you were alone. But then there was just this one person that came through for you. This is your person.
That's your person.
This is your person. And it's not just the person who came through for you. The person who genuinely came through for you without wanting anything in return. That is your person. That is your person.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
That is your person. Wow. And you choose that person and you make sure that you reciprocate that mutual mutual benefit that you have. They provide support for you, you provide support for them. You don't expect anything in return. All right? And you have to be true to that person too whilst that person is being true to you. Because just because you support me does not mean that if you're doing something wrong, I'm supposed to just follow you blindly.
Sure.
I should tell you that, hey, this is what you get yourself into. These are the consequences. If it were me, this is what I'm going to do. So I want you to think about it.
Yes.
Think of the consequences and see whether you can handle the consequences. So friendship is not just about support. I'm going to let you go and do this blindly. It is about pulling you back, correcting you.
Come on.
I said, there's this friend of mine that we butt head all the time.
Yeah.
Because when I'm having those irrational moments,
For sure.
then Anya, you need to check yourself, okay? You cannot go fight. You cannot be angry. You need to check yourself, okay? And then you come back. Or she said to me, orange does not look good on you. They don't sell wine in prison. And I'm not going to sit beside you. I'm going to come out to bail you because I told you not to.
I told you not.
Yeah, I told you not. And you need somebody who tell you when you're doing wrong.
Absolutely.
And these are the people that you need in your circle. Okay, it's not just, they're only there when the good things are happening. Then you need to be there when the bad things are happening.
Absolutely.
Like me, I have a son. When I went to England, yes, I knew I left my son in very good hands. But guess what? If they saw him walking, my son is very sociable. He's very well known too.
Yeah.
And they see walking. Hey, Osmani, how are you? He was involved in an accident whilst I was away. And my phone, Aniel, is Osmani okay? Oh my God, Aniel, Osmani was involved in an accident.
Wow.
What do you want me to do for you?
Oh, come
and I said,
on.
I was away and, like, oh my God, my son needs me and I'm not there.
Yeah.
I was satisfied to have known that I've at least called 2 to 3 persons
Gotcha.
to have them check on Osmani to ensure that Osmani had gone through the entire accident process and he was not alone. And he was not alone.
Come on.
Okay, I had his dad, my partner, I had my co-worker, and he was fine. So these are the people that I actually call my circle.
Yeah.
These are the people, they don't just care about me, but they care about my son who was a young man. They care about him too. And they care about my mom as well.
For sure.
Listen, my mom did something. I live in the north. I'm from the south, but I live at Waterwash. My mom is at Black Bay Ocean. She'll call. Moms always know when Penny.
For sure.
When he's speaking.
Yes, they do.
Always know.
Yeah, we do.
Yes.
We do.
And that is when she says, I have no groceries. I'm like, but Mom, why didn't you call earlier? Because it is now 4 o'clock. Oh my God. I think, okay, I have this coworker. Hey, Nazi, I'm going to transfer some money to your account. Can you please drop it off for my mom? Sure, no problem. I was just like, and these are the people that,
Gotcha.
I could reach out to. That's why I said I have circles, I have colleagues, I have family, I have acquaintances. Wow. I label them because I cannot just call an acquaintance and say, hey, go and drop some money for my mom. They say, oh, that's a mother? No. Gotcha. No.
Gotcha.
I want persons to know that this is Aniel's mother. She loves her mom. She takes care of her mom. I'm going to treat her mom just like I know Aniel is going to treat her mom.
That's it.
Yes. These are the people that I call my friends.
Your friend.
Yes.
Shifting gears. You hear people say, especially us women, I only can focus on one passion. Someone said I'll be all over the place. How do you handle, or what do you say to that woman that says, I've got all of these passions. I just know that I'm going to benefit in 1 or 2 or 3 of them. And then they hear other folk that say, hey, you're doing too much. What do you say to that?
The balance is that law enforcement and the legal field, it is closely related.
Come on.
It is closely related. So whilst I was a police officer, I used to go to courts. I did investigations. I went to courts. So I knew how to present myself in court. Sure. Yes. And I understood, what the requirements are for going to court. I knew what prosecution, about the defense, and all of that. So for me, it was not that I was entering into a new field. Well, okay, let me just correct. Well, this is a new field, but there was familiarity.
For sure.
Yes. Or there was connectivity.
Okay.
There. It was closely knit, so the balance was not too far apart. It was not outweighing the other.
For sure.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So I had knowledge of the legal field already.
Okay.
It wasn't that difficult. But usually work-related is where the challenge comes because as a police officer, you cannot actively practice. Yes. So for me to actively practice, I would have to resign as a police officer. I would have to give up my job as a police officer.
Wow.
Yes. But I remained within the organization because for me, whilst money is always a motivation.
For sure.
I didn't do it because I wanted to become rich tomorrow. Okay?
Gotcha.
I will get there at some point. I want to get there, but I mean, we all need that extra money.
Absolutely.
Yes, I will get there. But money was not the motivation. As much as I have my loans and whatnot, but staying within the organization and getting promotion, it increases the salary. So and I can live off of what I'm making. Okay. My thing is to contribute to the overall development of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force and to make St. Lucia itself a country where you could come in and feel safe and secure.
Absolutely.
Yes. So you have to look at the broader picture, the wider picture. So it does not only personally develop me, but what I contribute to my organization, and I am an asset to my organization. Yes, when persons speak about me, they will speak about she's one of the good ones. She's one that I could call and really confide in. She's one I would want to investigate my matter for because she's this police officer who actually is passionate about her job. I have not had a moment where I say, why am I doing this? I have not had this moment. And I don't think I'm going to have this moment because I'm really passionate about being a police officer. Tongie, if you ask anybody about me, they will tell you my passion for policing, it is still at 100. It is still at 100. Wow. So you see, it's not just about, developing me. It's about contributing to the organization that I serve and to St. Lucia by extension. Oh, wow. Yes.
Wow. Didn't I tell you you were in for a treat? What? For someone to do what you've done and are doing and you rolled up your sleeves and became the work. I am so utterly proud of you and proud for you and your mama. Thank you, mama.
She will finish show over the weekend and she will be in all sleeves.
Wow. Oh my gosh. All right. To describe yourself, this is a segment where we're going to, it's quick fire with Aniel. All right. One word that describes you as a police officer.
Ambitious.
Ambitious. All right. What's the word now? Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
There are so many.
I know, right?
So many. I'm going to say humble. Humble. Yes.
Very good. Very good. The book that changed your life.
The Art of War.
Ah, no, you did not. No, you did not. Ah, we've got our director and producer off screen smiling. Why that book?
Because you need to understand the various situations that you get yourself into, the people that you interact with, and how to deal with situations.
Wow.
Yes, so you need to always, no matter what it is, you have to always be respectful. You have to also understand your opponent and how to respond to your opponent.
That is so important. Yes. That is so very, very important. The law that you would create tomorrow.
Equality. Equality.
Tell us about the equality law.
Everyone an equal opportunity. As much as let's look at being a police officer, a woman in a male-dominated organization. You see the men out there, they're doing the operations, they're doing they're given the guns, they're sent to particular departments because they're a man. Okay. And women are expected to be administrative officers, because even I felt like at one point in my life, I felt like I was just an administrative police officer. Wow. Because when I joined the organization, I was a traffic officer. I spent approximately 6 years doing traffic investigation. I really loved it because I really loved it. I became very good at it. Yeah. Then I was selected. Selected. I think I was forced into the press office. So I became the face and mouth of the residential police force. And Tongie, this was one huge responsibility. I knew absolutely nothing about public speaking. I knew nothing about reporting. I knew absolutely nothing about media. And here I was, that face and that voice, and you have to report and you have to sell the organization. And the first 6 months, the first year of it was most challenging because you were under scrutiny. You mispronounce a word and the whole world is at you. The whole world is at you. But they don't see the bigger picture. They don't see that you're raw and you're right there trying your best. But they just see you as, okay, she mispronounced a word. I could never mispronounce grievous. Because when I first pronounced that word on television, I said grievous for the harm. And I was butchered for that. And I can never ever make this mistake again, Tongie.
Oh my God.
So I became the press officer for a number of years. Okay. I finally became good at it because, we've practiced. Yeah. And also the police force and myself personally, we developed myself because I went to Monroe and I did mass media and communication. And after that, I became the research officer with the police. Now I'm the training officer. So that is why I felt like I'm an administrative police officer. Yeah. So I didn't do much of the practical aspect of policing. But hey, whatever your skills are, whatever your strong suit are, this is what you use to become better and to make the organization better.
Oh my God. I just want to sit at this woman's feet, baby. Because I read a little bit about you, right? And then I heard, about this fantastic soul, but I had no earthly idea that you come so well equipped with everything. Your life speaks volumes to the audience that I get to serve because you are that hope. You really are that bright light. You are.
Pray God that He continues to give me that strength, that courage, to give me the breath of life, to add to my years, so I could continue contributing. I could continue being that light to some young woman or some child who thinks that their future is not going to be bright because of their circumstance. I want to always be that beacon of hope for them. So I ask God, to be gracious with me, grant me, to grant me wisdom, to encourage me, to give me good health, so I can continue carrying this torch, continue doing the good that I'm doing.
Oh my God. All right. We've got to take a quick break, but we're going to come back with a segment that I hope that you get the gist of this segment here. And then we're going to get back to this amazing soul that is just giving us some gems. Y'all better be proud, St. Lucia. We are in the throes of a barrier breaker. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. We are back. I swear to you, I feel like a little kid, man, back in Mississippi. It's fair time, and I'm about to ride the roller coaster. I have truly been blessed, and I know you have. Doing this show just really brings it all home for me. And I never want to leave you without something to hold on to, all right? So I wrote this little piece, and I could hear my daughter say, "Ma, you better read it," because if not, you'll be all over the place, and she's right. So this is normally the part of the show where I would check in with you and see exactly, what's going on, what's the heart of the matter with you. And even though we're not doing a live show this evening, I still want to pause and give you this moment. Right now, I want you to think about it. What barrier are you ready to break? What lie have you believed about yourself for too long? What fear have you allowed to sit in the driver's seat? Maybe it's the idea that you're too old, you're too late, you're too tired, you're too damaged. Or maybe you've been told that you're just too much. Me too. But tonight, I want you to decide enough is enough. This is your breakthrough moment. Say it out loud if you have to. You ready? I am, come on, ready. Let's say it again. You want to join in? I am ready. All right now. Because see, you don't need approval to be anointed. You don't need perfect conditions to begin again. So take 10 seconds right now. Breathe in power. Exhale past. And let's go forward together. How about that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, Lee. Yeah. You have been a force, and you are a force to be reckoned with.
Thank you.
You are living the life that I know a lot of our babies are looking and saying, "Mommy, can I do that too?" And I pray that mummies and daddies and nanas and grandmamas and granddaddies are saying, yes, you can. Absolutely. Yes, you can. Would you encourage my babies? I've got a group of babies in Ancillary, and they're at the Artsy Infant School. I love you guys. You better be watching. And I've got a few that when I asked them, what do you want to be when you grow up? And they said, just without even a doubt, I want to be a police officer. And it moved me to tears to hear those babies say that. And you know that sometimes you look at where you're at and where you're coming from. And the world does a real good job of reminding you of what you can and cannot do. Would you tell my babies 3 steps, 3 keys to doing what it is that they believe that they can do?
Yes. You stay in school, and education is very, very important. You have to understand that in order to join the ranks of the residential police, first you need to have CXCs, at least 5 CXCs, mathematics and English. So staying in school is very important. Secondly, you stay out of trouble. This is where your police record comes in. And you need a police record for absolutely every single thing. And also I must say to you that the age of criminal responsibility is 12 years old. So don't think that because you're a child, you could do something and get away with it. The moment you've attained the age of 12 years old, you're criminally liable. So stay out of trouble. Do not let or do not be persuaded to go off track. You remain in school. And lastly, you apply to become a police officer. It is still a noble profession. It is still a noble profession. Just because you're from ancillary does not mean that you don't have the potential to become a police officer. You have. So just listen to me. You stay in school. You attain an education. You stay out of trouble. And you put in that application as soon as you turn 17 and a half. So by the time you go through the process, you've already been 18 years old. So this is what I encourage you to do. You listen to your peers, you listen to your mom and your dad, but ensure that the peers you listen to are those that are going to contribute positively to your dreams.
Wow. Oh, dear God. I'm just, now you heard it from her. You heard it from her mouth. So we're expecting you to do just that.
Just that.
Any regrets, Honorable Innocent? Any regrets?
No.
Wow.
No. I think when you get to know me, or if you've known me, you'd have known that I use every bad experience in my life as a motivation. And I've had bad experiences. But every mistake, I see it as a blessing. Every mistake, I have moved past it. I have never stayed down for too long.
Come on.
I have never stayed down. When I encountered challenges growing up, it didn't deter me. It only motivated me even more because I knew what I wanted and I was not going to let a challenge stop me. And there were challenges. Wow. There were challenges.
Yeah.
But it was not going to stop me. So, no, I don't regret a single thing. And it is not because I'm trying to be prideful.
Come on.
It is because I'm realistic.
Come on.
I am realistic. I've had challenges. It broke me down. I've had instances where people laughed at me because of what I've gone through. I had my bullying days in school.
Yeah.
Because, coming from a poor background, you never had the best of everything.
Gotcha.
So, you had the constant teasing because, children are brutal.
Yeah, they are.
And then as an adult, I did make mistakes. I had my son by the age of 19. That did not stop me either. It did not stop me either. So I'm telling you, I've had my moments, but my moments does not decide me. I actually use it as talking points. I actually use it as talking points.
Yeah.
So, so I'm not going to sit there and say I have regrets.
Wow.
I can't go back and undo it.
Come on.
If I had to do it all over again, I would, because this is what got me to where I'm at today. It is those mistakes, it is those challenges that shaped me into the woman that I am now.
Wow.
So I'm not going to regret a single thing. No.
Oh my God. We have a really good collection of young ladies, and you mentioned it, that are finding themselves either pregnant or have had their babies, and now society is telling them it's too late. You're it's over with. Would you speak to how you were able to, and yes, you had an amazing group of folk that just poured into you, but what would you say to someone who really do believe that this is it, this is my lot in life?
No, it does not end with being pregnant. I don't condone teenage pregnancy.
For sure.
But we experience.
For sure.
We experience and things happen.
Yeah.
But that does not become the end of it. even at secondary school now. And I'm so happy that secondary schools have become, or the Ministry of Education has become much more accepting of teenage pregnancy in terms of a young student is pregnant.
For sure.
We allow her to take the year off. She has a baby. And we are going to welcome you back into school.
Wow.
Yes. It is being done, and actually welcome the fact that, you are not going to just shut this child out because she made a mistake.
Yes.
Okay? And I'm so thankful for those parents who are understanding, yes, my daughter has made a mistake,
yes,
but I'm going to give her a second chance. Yes, so that is what having a strong backbone is. We not support it.
For sure.
I'm telling you,
for sure,
teenage pregnancy is for sure condoned.
For sure.
We frown upon it.
For sure.
But it happens. And you have to be realistic. It happens.
Yeah.
But how you accept it, how you manage it is what is important.
Gotcha.
Allowing this child to continue with her education is important. Allowing this child, into the workplace, and even workplaces now are more accommodating because you have parents who have to leave a bit earlier because they have to get the kids out of school, and there are parents who have to take the child to the office with them because they have nobody at home to take care of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what it should be.
For sure.
Despite the fact that you've made that mistake, you've been pregnant, you're a teenage woman, you may seem that the world has shut its back on you. No, there are avenues that you could go to. You could go to SSDF, your Ministry of Equity, who now provides assistance to single parents.
Wow.
You have avenues. You just need to find the right person to guide you through those places.
Absolutely.
So don't just feel as if, all hope has been lost. It is not. You just need to find. And if you don't know, you ask somebody within the community. Somebody to know. Somebody to know. And I think what we need to get over is the fact that, you embarrass persons or you make them feel little or unintelligent because they don't know what steps they should or where they should go. I mean, education is for everyone. You know it, you share it.
Amen.
You see her struggling, you know what she can do to get her life better.
Come on.
You direct her to that institution, to that organization, to that person that can assist. Let's be each other's keeper. Let's be the community that raised a child, because we were raised by the community. I was a product of my community, because when my grandparents or my mom didn't have the money, my neighbor was the one who would give me second-hand books.
There you go.
The principal was the principal at the time, which was a secondary school, was the one who assisted me in transportation sometimes, because he was also our neighbor, and they knew what the circumstances were. I used to go back to that era where the community raised a child. And thankfully, I had, in my instance, I actually had a community. My son's dad and his family, they were the community that helped raise my child. And he's 20, he's going to be 22. And can you believe they still treat him like a baby? They still, they still treat him like, he's the baby, and he's the eldest grandchild. And they love him so much. So you need to go back to the community that helped raise a child. You assist. And education is important. Advocacy is important. Those organizations also have to play their part, and you come out, you put the bulletins out, you come on programs and share with those persons who do not know what the avenues are, the steps they can take to make their lives better.
Wow. Baby.
Yes.
Wow.
Invest in the youth. Invest in the youth.
Whew, that's a whole other topic there. Wow. I am so incredibly blessed this evening to have you here.
Thank you.
You really have just...
Being in your presence has just warmed my heart. Yes, you're so bubbly, and you've made people want to sit with you and converse. I don't think we'd ever get bored.
Thank you for saying that. I'm doing what I've been sent to do. I'm grateful. You have literally... You've transformed my mind even the more. And I am eternally grateful. St. Lucia, I pray that you catch everything this amazing soul has spoken this evening. You are not too late. You are not too old. You may have had a hiccup in life, but we roll up our sleeves and we depend, yes, on God, yes, on ourselves, but that community. Get that one person that tells you, yes, you can, and then tells you to sit down in love if you need that. So I want to leave something with you. Keep rising. Keep walking. Keep becoming until next time. keep talking with Tongie. I really do need you to do that. I love you so very, very much. I do not have to know your name. I do not have to know your name, but I have this thing called the gift of love, and I make love my greatest aim. If there's ever anything that I can do to help you get to where you need to be, then call on me and call on others that really do have your back and will hold your ladder. This has been an incredible evening.
It
I
has
will
been.
not forget this one, honey. I will not. Don't forget, there's a rebroadcast of the show on Sunday at 8 o'clock. All right. Thank you, Linda, for believing in the dream and believing in the vision and helping me get out of my way and become what I'm supposed to become. Good night to my Bun Bun and Francis. Good night, Kaden, Idris, and Kendrick, my grandbabies. I love you guys so much. And good night, St. Lucia. Last word.
Tongie, thank you so much for having me. And to the audience, thank you for being an awesome audience. I do hope that in my story, you did take a page, you did take a thing or two about hardship, about perseverance, about walking in your purpose. I just want to say that no dream is too big. You should not be told no. You take no and you turn it into a yes. Have fun with life, enjoy life, but never do anything, absolutely anything that you're not comfortable with doing. One love, good night.
Amen. Good night.